Credit card churning. I feel like some people know this term and some people don't. Some people respect it and some people don't. And I want to teach you a way that you're going to be able to do this respectfully. Obviously, not game the system or take advantage of the system, but be able to create a passive income, find a way to travel the world for free or for a discount, and be able to make your situation a little bit better month to month to month. So, I want to take you through the art of credit card churning in this video. Guys, if you could, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. You can definitely check out my main channel, or you can even check out my golf channel, which is Matt Perry Golf. I have it up on the screen right here if you want to go ahead and check that out. But let's talk about credit card churning because it is something that is an art. I always loved this. I always loved, doing this, but now I'm at a point to where I pretty much own almost like every credit card or have owned every credit card that's out there, besides a lot of the Chase cards. And I didn't really take my own advice as I was going through this, but you can learn from my mistake in, doing this and, credit card churning overall. So if I had to break down what credit card churning is, it's very simple. It's basically, grabbing a credit card and grabbing it for the welcome bonus that it offers. A lot of these cards offer like really, really good welcome bonuses. And as you look through something like, say, American Express, it's going to show the platinum card, with 100,000 membership rewards points, depending on, where you log in, what you're doing and all that stuff. You have the Simply Cash where it's 400 in statement credits. You can go for the American Express Gold card, 60,000 points. You can go for this 90,000 points here, right? So all of these cards can offer, like some sort of benefit, some sort of, bonus that will be able to give you a little bit more after that period has ended, right? Or after you hit the certain spend. Now, if you also want to look at Chase, you can see they have 60,000 points, $200, you get 60,000 points, 50,000 points, 50,000 points. So obviously you're going to be able to get a lot more with churning credit cards, and you need to find the best way to do it because there is a method that you have to, go about getting these credit cards in order to do it and not overdoing it as well. I've seen people go into this. I've seen people go into, credit card churning and basically not know anything of what they're doing and grab like 4 cards at once and try and reach the spend. It's not as easy as you make it seem because you don't have that much spend in a matter of 3 months. If you get, 10 cards or whatever, if you can find a way to get approved for 10 cards and you can't hit that spend all at that moment, it doesn't make sense for you to have those cards and be able to try and churn out those bonuses. So one thing you have to keep in mind is, or a couple of things you have to keep in mind is, how much you're able to get, right? What does it have an annual fee on the card, right? What are you going to have to pay towards the card in order to, kind of get it? So, you're basically looking at what's your revenue and expenses, basically. You're also going to have to understand what the spend is. You have to understand what your spend is, because if you can't reach your spend with these credit cards, then it doesn't make sense for you to get that card. You know what I mean? So, anyways, let's take you through some tips on what you can do within the credit card churning space in order to do this the right way. So first thing is you want to focus on Chase cards. If you don't know about Chase, Chase has a 524 rule where if you apply for 5 cards, you basically have 24 months that you can't really apply for any more cards. So you want to make sure you start with Chase, maybe the lower end of Chase, and then work your way, into other cards as well. I don't mean that you have to just completely be with Chase 100% of the time. I mean that you are going to have to basically start with, maybe 1 or 2 cards, and then you can move on to the rest. Also, like I said earlier, don't apply for too many cards. If you apply for too many cards, then you end up getting into a situation where you have to pay off multiple spends at one time, which means that you have to really understand what your expenses actually are there. And if your expenses are not high enough, you can't reach that spend. However, if the spend is like $500, a lot of times the lower end cards is like $500 or $1,000. If it is that, then you can reach multiple spends if you really wanted to. So apply for one card one month, apply for another card another month, apply for another card another month. I would suggest that you probably look at, certain cards, maybe one or two on the lower end per month. But then when you start to get to the higher tier, you need to go like one every spending period. So whether it's 3 months, I wouldn't say 6 months really is necessary unless that's how long it takes for you to get to, let's say, $4,000, right, worth of spend. Also, I want to make this clear. When you're spending, it has to be on your normal spending categories. Don't just try and reach the spend. If you can't reach the spend, don't get the card. Don't force your way into reaching the spend, because that's where you start to get into a situation where you may be in debt. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So those are some pieces. I would definitely say start with the lower end of everywhere. So start with Chase, the lower end. Then you can move over to maybe Capital One, go with the Quicksilver card. And this is all if you have good credit, right? I would say if you have excellent credit, you can apply for pretty much any card that you want that's out there. You can get approved for different credit limits, higher credit limits, all of that stuff that's there. But I would definitely suggest that you start with the lower end of the cards and definitely start with Chase. Now, understanding what you get out of a lot of these cards, when you start with something like a Capital One Quicksilver, where you'll have, a 500 spend. And then if you have, the American Express Platinum card, which is like a 6,000 spend, I believe. It's not really giving me the detail, but I guess if I go into there, it'll tell me what it is. I believe it's like a 6,000 spend over like 6 months or something like that. And it's not loading, so I'll take my own word for it. But either way, you want to start with the lower spend. You don't want to go straight to the higher spend, and you want to be able to, upgrade the card if necessary, especially looking at like the green card to gold card to platinum card, stuff like that. So it's very simple. Credit card churning is very, very simple. It's just you have to understand which cards to start with, and you have to know what your spend is. If you don't know what your spend is, it's just not going to work for you. So guys, let me know what you think about this credit card churning. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Have you done any credit card churning in your lifetime? Are you at a certain point to where you pretty much can't apply for a lot of cards? I know I can apply for a lot of Chase cards because I didn't take my own advice, because it wasn't my advice then. I was just trying to churn out credit card bonuses, right? And I didn't go with Chase first. And also, I didn't have the best of credit scores, so I started with Capital One. And then I really just moved on from there for cards that I can get that give me a bonus, that give me rewards, all of that stuff that's there. But I could apply for Chase cards and get those, whether it's business cards or personal cards. I could do that. But credit card churning is still great. They haven't taken out all of these rewards. They have started to kind of be firm on what to accept, what to claw back, all of this other stuff. So just be careful and follow the rules. Read everything you can. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.